Alrighty, Loyalty for Life here, bringing you guys a brand new video. Holy crap, it was real. We got new Gladiator beasts coming out in Chaos Impact. I honestly was very doubtful. Whenever we had like those leaks a while back, there was, if you guys don't know, there was like a trade show in Japan or something, and they were showing off like these acrylic stands for some of the new cards from Chaos Impact, but we had no idea what archetype they were for, or if they were a new archetype, an old archetype, what have you. And it's a more Gladiator Beast support. Holy crap. Now, if you guys don't know, Gladiator Beast was my first competitive deck, and I love the archetype so much. I've tried messing around with them just before Master Roll 4 came out, which I feel like they were at their peak since, you know, being the days of a Tier 0 deck when these shenanigans you could do with the new Fusion Monsters deck could spell summon other Fusion Monsters. It was silly. But, unfortunately, we got those right before Master Roll 4 came out, and he kind of just killed the archetype. And, you know, they tried to fix it with, like, the link and everything, and the link is okay, but it's not the greatest, and they even got a new link in this. And I won't lie, I've looked at these cards already, and I feel like every single one is at least a decent card, if not a great card. These cards are going to completely overtake Gladiator Beast, and it's going to be really interesting to see how the archetype shapes out now, because these cards really make a lot of the old ones kind of obsolete, I'll be honest. So, and they also work pretty well with some of the old ones too. So first and foremost, we got Gladiator Beast Sagittari. I think I'm pronouncing that right, I'm not entirely sure. He's a level 3 Wing Beast effect monster, 1400 attack, 1000 defense. Pretty good stats for a level 3. First effect, if discarded specimen by the effect of a Gladiator Beast monster, you can discard a Gladiator Beast card, draw 2 cards. And then, of course, he has a standard Gladiator Beast special summon effect, where if he battled, at the end of the battle phase, you get to shuffle him in the deck and then special summon a Gladiator Beast, except for a copy of himself. All of the Gladiator Beasts have that, at least all the ones in this group. I know not all of the old ones do, but most of them do. So, on special summon by the effect of a Gladiator Beast monster, you could just discard a Gladiator Beast, draw 2 cards. That's not a once per turn either, holy crap. So, that's really, really nice. We got this like Centaur guy, Sagittari, and just discard and draw 2. That's so good. The deck has always had an issue with draw power, and there's a lot of the Gladiator Beast spells and traps have effects in graveyard to put them back in the deck or back in your hand, and also you want your Gladiator Beasts in the graveyard, because Gladiator Beast Darius can bring them back, and then that makes it easier for fusion plays and stuff. Really, really good card here for the deck, and absolutely wonderful. Let's see here. Next up, we got Gladiator Beast Atrix, who is like a cheetah lady. Oh, God. So, definitely appealing to those furries, Konami. So, level 4 Earth Beast Warrior, effect monster, 800 attack, 2000 defense. So, we got another defender. First effect, if she's special summoned by the effect of a Gladiator Beast monster, you can send one Gladiator Beast monster from your deck or extra deck to the graveyard, except a copy of herself. Until the end of this phase, until the end phase, this card's level and name become that monsters. And then, of course, she has a standard special summon effect. So this, like, cheetah lady, actually, now I look at her, she's more like a bobcat, but I digress. Just able to copy the name and level of any of your Gladiator Beasts in your deck or extra deck. And, of course, that sends them from the deck to the graveyard, so that opens up Darius plays, and that's just so good. Being able to just copy names and everything. They tried to do this with, I think it was Lancerius before, but Lancerius banished the Gladiator Beast from your graveyard to copy the name, and that wasn't particularly good, because then, oh, you lost out on it, and considering that the idea was that he was supposed to kind of like be a replacement for Bestiari back when Bestiari got hit to 1, that wasn't particularly fun to use. So I'm happy that we got another monster that can copy names and stuff. And she can even copy the names of extra deck monsters, which might come in handy from time to time. Let's see here. Moving on, we got the new main deck boss monster, and okay, so notoriously the high level main deck monsters have been really bad, mostly for the fact that once they get in your hand, you can't do much with them. That's why Gustus, even though he's arguably the best main deck high level monster before this guy here, He wasn't played that often, even though he could summon a dude from your hand and it didn't negate their effect, so it triggered their effect. But because he was so high level and you didn't have any way to get him out of your hand, no one really wanted to play him. But this guy, they fixed it. And also, now that I think about it, we got some other stuff in here that will make playing the old high levels a bit easier. So, this is Gladiator Beast Vespasius. Vespasius. Vespa. He's a Vespa. So, level 7 Water Sea Serpent effect monster. 2300 attack, 0 defense. Now use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. If your Gladiator Beast monster battles a monster, at the start of the damage step, you can spell summon this card from your hand. So right off the bat, you can just spell summon him from your hand if one of your monsters battles a monster. And that is a hard once per turn. That is the hard once per turn effect. But however, you can do it on attack declaration on your turn, or at the start of the damage step on your turn, or during your opponent's turn, which means this is a really darn good little hand trap for the archetype. While this card was spell summoned by a Gladiator Beast monster effect in your monster zone, while this card was spell summoned by a Gladiator Beast monster effect is in your monster zone. God, the wording there. Monsters you control gain 500 attack. So if he was spell summoned by the effect of a Gladiator Beast, like for instance his own effect, and he's in the monster zone, all your Gladiator Beasts get 500 more attack power. And actually it's any monster that you control, not just Gladiator Beasts, but still. 500 more attack for Gladiator Beasts is absolutely phenomenal for the deck, I'll be honest. Just being able to punch over more stuff. At the end of the battle phase, he just shuffles himself and then spell summons. Really good card overall, little hand trap for the archetype, and who also gives everybody 500 attack and sets up plays. Then we got his fusion monster, Gladiator Beast Domitianus. Domitianus. 3,500 attack power. I think that makes him bigger than Heraclinius. I can't remember, and it's driving me nuts. I feel like Heraclinius was 3k. I gotta check now. We'll give that a second. So, 3,500 attack. Level 10 Dark Sea Serpent Fusion effect monster. 1,200 defense. Needs Vespasius plus two more Gladiator Beast monsters. Must first be special summoned from the extra deck by shuffling the above cards you control into the deck. I don't know why I said extra deck. I'm tired, guys. It's early morning. So he has 3 effects. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can just negate that activation, and if you do, destroy it. So if you do get this guy out, getting out him with Heraclinius would be amazing, because Heraclinius can keep negating the spells and traps, and this guy can negate monster effects. So I'm going to search real quick. Gladiator. Yeah, well, a lot of support. Yeah, he is stronger than Heraclinius. Alrighty, that's what I thought. Second effect, you choose the attack targets for your opponent's attacks. What? At the end of the battle phase, with this card battled, you can return it to the extra spell summon a Gladiator Beast monster from your deck. So, I'll say this right out the bat, the worst part about this card is its third effect. You only get one monster. In the past, the fusion monsters, if they had the effect to return them to the extra deck, they made up the cost for their materials. Like, for instance, with Gyzarus, he needs Bestiary plus another Gladiator Beast to make. You get to fusion summon him, pop 2 cards, attack, return them to the extra deck, and then you get 2 more Gladiator Beasts. That was always really good. But this guy, he only brings out 1 monster. And that, to me, is not particularly great, especially for the investment you have to do to make him. So, yeah. But still, really good card overall for this guy. Just being able to negate attacks, and also, of course, redirect attacks to other monsters. Absolutely phenomenal. Then we got Test Panther, the new Link monster, which is really, really, really good, because the old Link monster, while not bad, he wasn't great. The old Link monster, who, if I remember, it was like Draxarius, he had a lot of potential. He did some really interesting things, like making it so that your monsters that he points to can't be destroyed in battle, but like, he wasn't really the greatest thing in the world, and didn't do enough to help the deck out. I don't think Test Panther does either, but however, he is a step in the right direction. Test Panther, points bottom left and bottom, needs 2 monsters including a Gladiator Beast monster, and you can only use each of its effects once per turn. First effect is if it's link summoned, you can add 1 Gladiator Beast card from your deck to your hand. Yeah, right there is really good. Just being able to add any Gladiator Beast card from your deck. Not include that includes spells and traps. That's really great. I love it how they did that. Second effect, you can target 1 Gladiator Beast monster you control, return that monster to the deck, and then if you do, special summon from your deck 1 Gladiator Beast monster with a different original name from that monster that you returned, as if it were special summoned by the effect of a Gladiator Beast monster. Now, if you don't know, this is basically the exact same effect here as Test Tiger, and he doesn't tribute himself off or anything. that is really, really, really good. The fact that you can just return one of your dudes and basically get a free Test Tiger kind of thing out of it. Really great card here overall. I don't think he's enough to really be able to make the deck particularly amazing, but then again, I also haven't gotten to play test it, and I feel like that one of the really nice things is that since they made him bottom, what you can do is you can make it drag Sirius first, do your kind of thing, get 2 extract monsters hopefully, and then make him make Test Panther using Drake Sirius plus another Gladiator Beast, and then you got that pointing down arrow. The only thing is that Gladiator Beasts aren't exactly known for their spamming, but one of the new spell cards helps with that. Gladiator Beast Comeback. Normal spell card, special summon from your hand or graveyard 1 Gladiator Beast monster of a different type from the monsters you control, and if you do, it cannot be destroyed by battle. This card is a monster born for the archetype that is searchable, and also it's not once per turn at all. This card is wonderful. I love it. You can grab it back with the dude who grabs back Gladiator Beast cards from your graveyard. You can search it with Test Panther, and I think there's another Gladiator Beast that searches if I remember right. And you can. It's so good. It's so good. I love it. The artwork is cool too. I love it how we get to see a bit of the Gladiator Beast Coliseum. I was really hoping a Coliseum would get a remake or something, but no, we don't get a retrain of Coliseum. Next up, we got United Gladiator Beast. This is a quick play fusion spell. Holy crap. And there's the Lancerius dude. That's the dude who copies names, the old one. He was bad. So, United Gladiator Beast, it's a quick play spell card. You can only activate a card with this card's name once per turn, and during the turn you activated this card, you can not declare attacks except to attack with Gladiator Beast monsters. During the battle phase, shuffle into the deck from your hand, field, or graveyard fusion materials listed on a Gladiator Beast fusion monster. Then special summon that monster from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. This is a fantastic card for the deck and makes making the big fusions even easier. So, for instance, talking about getting out both of the big guys, the negators out, you make Domitianus first, and then you hopefully have the materials to make Heraclinius in your hand, field, or graveyard. Battle phase, activate the fusion spell, fusion summon Heraclinius. I love it. This is all just such great support, and it's just really, really good for the deck. I love it, love it, love it. And of course, because there's Gladiator Beast in the name, again, it's searchable and recurable, which is just great, just so great. Next up, we got Gladiator Rejection. I really wish this was Gladiator Beast Rejection, so it could be recurable, but I digress. It's a continuous spell. You can only activate the second effect of this card's name once per turn. First effect, Gladiator Beast monsters you control cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects, except during the battle phase. And if a Gladiator Beast monster is special summon from your deck, you can special summon 1 Gladiator Beast monster in defense position from your deck with a different type than the monsters you control. So it basically gets you a second monster whenever you special summon, which is great overall, and personally I really like it. My only issue is that it's not a Gladiator Beast card, so it's not searchable, and it's not recurable, which means if it gets destroyed, which let's be honest, in today's day and age, it will get destroyed rather easily. Moving on, we got 2 new trap cards. First is a normal trap card called Mad Gladiator Beasts, which they think is a reference to Mad Sword Beast, which wouldn't surprise me. Normal trap card, target face-up cards on the field up to the number of Gladiator Beast monsters you control. Destroy them. That is really good right there. This is basically an Icarus attack for the deck, but you don't have to tribute. I like that a lot. I get the feeling they are really pushing for the ability to play the deck as an aggro deck or defense-focused deck, kind of like how it used to be. back in the day, where it was a bit of both, really. I would say it was like an aggro deck with some control, especially with Gladiator Beast War Chariot. So being able to do more control is just really awesome. Then we got a new continuous trap card. This is Gladiator Naumachia, which is a reference to Naumachia's, which is a staged water and ship battles back in the Colosseum. And yeah, they totally did it. We didn't know about it until a few years back, but there's clear evidence and records of them flooding the Colosseum and then putting in mock warships and stuff so they could do mock gladiator battles on warships and stuff in the Colosseum. Oh, jeez. So, Gladiator Naumachia is a continuous trap. While you control a Gladiator Beast monster, your monsters your opponent controls must attack if able, which combined with Dominitanius, whatever, his effective redirect attacks, this is annoying as hell. Second effect, once per turn, you can shuffle one Gladiator Beast monster from your hand or graveyard into the deck and target one Gladiator Beast monster you control. Until the end of the turn, that monster gains attack equal to its original defense. This is really good overall for the most part. So the issue is that your Gladiator Beast, most Gladiator Beasts don't typically have high defense. I mean, with the exception of like Atrix here, who gets 2,000, jumping up to 2,000 and stuff. But however, it is still a really nice thing, and just being able to get more attack power and recurring your Gladiator Beast from your graveyard is always nice. And then if this card is destroyed by a card effect while it's in the spell and trap card zone, you can activate this effect. For the rest of this turn, Gladiator Beast monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. A really good card overall. I know people are going to call it bad because it's a trap card, but personally, I find this really good for Gladiator Beasts. Being able to just get more attack power, force the opponent's monsters to attack, and of course also make it towards, if it does get destroyed, your monsters can't be destroyed in battle. Overall, I feel like all of these cards are great. I'm excited to play with them and try them out for Gladiator Beasts. And good lord, this is going to throw a huge wrench in how Gladiator Beasts are played, I feel. And I feel like these should be all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, these are 10 new cards. This should be all of them, unless like we get a promo or something. So, anyways, what do you guys think about these new Gladiator Beast cards? Personally, as soon as they're on YgoPro, I'm going to be testing them to high hell. So yeah, what do you guys think? Thank you for watching. Have a great day. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, and see you all later. Peace out.